Hello.
Guys, I'm here and my hair is falling great.
We are back together in person. And I mean, we can talk about your hair a bit more if you want,
Okay.
but I think it's more.
Well, I was really shocked that it was falling so good because it's been a hot day and you know my routine. I should just have an entire podcast about my hair.
I mean, literally 0 listeners incoming, but like if that's what you want for yourself, I think that's beautiful.
I don't know. The curly haired hive online, they go deep. They will watch any content that is like, how can I make my curly hair better?
But that's not even what you're saying. You're saying this is how my curly hair did today, which I think is less helpful.
If I had a TikTok account, because you know TikTok accounts, they just account like daily the stupidest shit.
You used to have one, but it got taken over.
I know, it got hacked. R.I.P.
did.
But it's like each day I could be like, here's my hair today. It's a little like clumpy right here. The curls are not super tight right here. How do you guys? This is the pitch. Do you think I'll get sponsors?
No.
Hair sponsors?
Hair sponsors, yes, but I mean, I guess you'd more likely get sponsors than followers. I don't know that there's not.
People follow the stupidest shit on TikTok.
Okay, this isn't a great pitch. Like, you're all idiots, so I'm going to make something for you.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another very special Two Gay Matts podcast. It is Matt Steele.
And it's Matt Palmer.
And we are in the same room, live streaming together. Is there a pink bar separating the two of us? No. Are we on Riverside with a sound delay, trying to figure out what the next person's saying, interrupting each other? We'll probably interrupt each other.
Of course.
But no, we are sitting here. We are breathing the same air.
Yes.
We would be touching if Matt Palmer ever wanted me to touch him. But no, we are here today. Matt Palmer, I can ask you, how was your week? Oh, the past 2 weeks, because we didn't do a podcast last week.
It's true. So the past 2 weeks have been great. The first weekend, I was out of town. I went to Mammoth with some friends. Many friends of ours decided to have a nice Mammoth weekend. About half of us wanted to go skiing, and about half of us, including me, did not. But I was there to support and be like, hey, Jackson, you forgot your shoes, and I can go bring this for you, and it's going to be great. But I was also there to like take in the winter wonderland of it all. Because again, I'm not a person who likes being cold or likes being outside or likes where I can't control the temperature. But I do love the sight of snow. Sure. So if I'm inside a log cabin drinking something warm and snow's falling and there's snow on the ground, I'm over the moon. Yeah. And so this was definitely my kind of vacation.
You want your winter to be like the studio where Mariah Carey shot the cover of Merry Christmas to You.
100%.
It's like we're gonna have a festive background.
Yes.
We're gonna be wearing a beautiful, kind of sexy but still family-friendly Santa outfit.
Yes.
We're gonna be posing a little bit and everything, but we're not gonna feel the cold.
No.
We're just gonna have a festive cold aesthetic.
Mariah felt it though. Mariah took that picture outside. It was taken during, remember the home video
for Merry
version?
Christmas to You?
Oh, not that one.
I know Merry Christmas was on location.
Yes,
that was Merry Christmas to You.
No, Merry Christmas to You.
I don't know where that was. But.
I don't know where it was, but she was like, I'm about to be showing I am pregnant with twins. We need to get this shot in June or whatever.
Yep.
Put me on the top of a building, put some airbrushing in the back. It'll be fine. But yeah, so that was definitely my kind of vacation. We had a great time. It was a lot of hanging out, rewatching the Traitors finale, recording our Traitors finale from the lodge because, we're professionals. And also just lots of playing games, lots of board games. And I actually told them or somebody somewhere that I was like, Matt Steele is a person who would never play XYZ game. And they were like, is he one of those game haters? And I'm like, he is.
Maybe.
And it's how do you identify as a game hater?
No.
Do you think that's a part of your personality?
No, because I'll do it. I don't like game. I like a game where there are stakes, and when it's a game that's a fully immersive game, like the Traitors party we had. If I were to ever be on Big Brother or Survivor or something like that, where it's I am here and it's a multi-hour or day, and all I need is myself.
Sure.
I don't need to know any specific hardcore rule. I don't need any cards. I don't need any pieces. I just need me and my natural social skills. And so I love those types of games. Well, but nothing ruins a party more for me than we're all sitting around and we're talking and we're having great conversation and then someone pulls out those fucking Uno cards. Or if this was 15 years ago, the Cards Against Humanity cards.
We can all agree.
Nothing ruins a party quicker.
We can all agree Cards Against Humanity is stupid. And I never really loved it. But I will say what you described as games you would are truly reality competition shows. And I don't think that's the same
where
thing
I can win $500,000 to $1 million.
Well, not on the Traitors, darling, or $200,000. So I don't think that's the same. So I think what you described is yes, you don't like games, which is fine.
Fine.
But I just want you to know that is something that more people know about you now. Is that's out in the universe. People know. But over the past like couple of days this week, I don't think I did anything too crazy. It was like a low-key weekend. I saw Janie on Saturday. On Friday, a couple of Jackson's younger cousins, those Gen Z cousins, came over and we had a fun time. We actually watched High School Musical 2 because now we're all going further. Both of those Gen Z people were like, yeah, this one's my favorite of all three. And I was like, look, I didn't want to burst the bubble. You know, I'm a bit, you know, they're his cousins, but it feels like because of the age gap, it's like I'm more of an uncle figure. So I couldn't just be like, fuck you, you're wrong. Like, it's like I gotta be, you know, you don't want to do that with the kids. But I will say, there's a lot of nothing that happens in that movie.
The stakes are low in High School Music. Even though bet on it, the stakes feel real high. he's performing like the stakes are high. Like this is the end of the world. And but I mean, and look, I love High School Musical too. I love it. But if we're ranking,
And also, and I feel like our audience told us last week that they disagree with us here, so this might be like a Casey Musgrave situation where everyone likes Golden Hour and we think it's fine.
Okay, High School Musical 2 is better than fine. It's great.
It's very good. I'm not giving great. I would say, just for me, you know how I feel about the songs, and the songs, there are some iffy ones. There's some great ones. I think that Gabriella song, like you mentioned, is incredible.
Her best
Gotta
song.
Go Your Own Way.
My Own Way. Every Day, I really like.
Fabulous is great. I love All for One.
All for One is great. That key change.
Incredible.
I like Work It Out. Work This Out.
This Out's okay. What time is it? No.
It's not. It's cute. What time is it? It's cute. It's a cute little opening.
I think every day is bad. I
Really?
think it's actively bad.
I like Every Day.
I don't like. You Got the Music in Me is fine. I just feel like there's so many clunkers after like the first one had so many hits, and also there are like I would say 45 minutes of time where there's no songs being sung. And
I mean, the first one does have "It's Funny When You Find
of course,
Yourself."
No, that one's dreadful. Of course, I mean, someone in the chat saying "Justice for I Don't Dance" also bad.
That's like, not for me.
These are not songs I want to hear, and so for me, if we're having a musical and the songs are bad, it's like La La Land. It's like, yeah, I'm not gonna like this because I need the songs in a musical to be good.
All right, well, fuck you. La La Land has a brilliant score, an Oscar-winning score. Thank you very much.
Well, not the best picture though.
No, but it's okay. We love to share the wealth at the Oscars.
We do. So yeah, that was my Friday. And then Saturday, we saw Janie during the day. We got coffee, and then we went over to our friends Joe and Tim and hung out and played some games. And then today we caught up on Drag Race, and then we also watched an Oscar film that will come up later in the podcast.
Okay.
And Matt Steele,
yes.
how have your past 2 weeks been? Pretty low key, I bet.
I'm back, bitches.
Yes,
like
she's
my
here.
God, and the week leading up to coming back to Los Angeles, I was busy doing a lot of things, doing a lot of like creative things and like just like event planning things that I won't get into on the podcast because, you know, it's a secret, you know, whatever. But very, very busy. I was running around that last week doing a lot and I was very, very stressed because also I was like, I need to pack up 5 months of my life and lug it all back to LA. And so I brought like a bunch of my like winter stuff down to New Jersey because we had a surprise birthday party for my stepdad. And I was like, let me bring the like hardcore heavy winter stuff that I won't need in LA for a while and keep it in New Jersey. And I was like, okay, and then it'll be a light enough load where I can easily bring this back to LA.
Totally.
It was not. I still had so much stuff that I was packing and I was running so late trying to figure out how to pack everything. I got to the airport. There was so much traffic getting to the airport and I got to the airport maybe like an hour before my flight took off.
No.
I know. And I had to not only check a bag, but I knew my bag was going to be too heavy. So I had to go get the special tag for said bag, pay the extra money.
I hate that.
And everything because I still had so much stuff that I had to bring. But my mom's, my mom's very good friend, Joan, she and her husband have a lot of JetBlue points.
Okay.
And they're like, we're not traveling anymore. Like we're happy to like gift friends flights.
Nice.
So they very like generously like gifted me a flight.
Gosh, that's so nice.
And so they paid for it. So because it was under Joan's husband Peter's name, he got special early access or whatever where you can skip the security line.
Oh, girl.
So if I did not have that, I would have absolutely missed my flight.
I didn't know that.
And I've never missed a flight in my life. And so I was freaking out, but then I was like, oh wait, I can skip the security line. So I did that and that really saved me. So thank you, Joe and Peter. And so then I landed in Los Angeles, got back home, and I've just been slowly unpacking my stuff.
Yes.
Had to get all my stuff out of storage. I had to get a smog test done on my car. And while I was getting the smog test done on my car, they were like, oh, you are due for an oil change. Do you want us to just do that? And I was like, yeah, yeah, sure. So I did that. And they were like, oh, also this like thing, this like axle seal is leaking and it's like leaking oil, which I knew was happening.
Oh.
I knew it was happening based on the previous time I had gotten an oil change. And they were like, you should fix this within the year. And I was
Right.
like, I'll do it later.
Yeah, of course.
So I was like, yeah, just like fix this while we're here. And so I had to get that done. And that ended up like running a little late, which made me have to like leave the car place later. But when I was on my way to Matt Palmer's to record the Harry Styles listening party, whatever the album, my car dies in the middle of the highway.
I hate this.
And it felt like, it didn't like
this.
die. It felt like, I've never run out of gas before, but it felt like how I would imagine running out of gas feels. And I was just like, what? So I was sitting in the middle of the highway for like 2 minutes, like freaking out, had my hazards on. People were going around me. No one was honking. Everyone was very nice.
That's good.
But I was freaking out and I was like, I just got this thing fixed. What could possibly be wrong?
Right.
But then I try to start my car again. It starts. I drive. I immediately pull off the highway.
Yes, as you should.
And I was like a third of a tank full. So I was like, let me just get some gas. So I refilled the gas thing and I've been driving my car and like it's been driving fine and everything. I brought it back to the shop and I was like, hey, I just had this issue and you just fixed it. And they were looking all around. They're like, we're not seeing anything. All the sensors work and everything. And I was like, oh, well, also, I hadn't driven this car in 5 months. And they were like, oh, did you refill your tank before you like stalled in the middle of the highway? And I was like, no. And they were like, girl, your gas is old. Your gas is old. And it just went putter, putter, putter.
In fairness, I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh yeah. I think gas, I looked it up.
Yes.
Gas lasts 3 to 6 months. And this car, I mean, Travis drove my car a little bit.
Yeah.
But like still like the gas had not run out. So
Right.
I had like 5.5-month-old gas in the tank. And so I'm assuming that's what happened, especially because I could tell it was nothing wrong with the battery.
Right.
And it just felt like I ran out of gas. So that was really fun.
I don't know if fun's the word.
You know, I arrived at Matt Palmer's and I was like, hi.
I know.
But also this weekend, I babysat for my friend Megan's 2 kids because my very good friend Megan, she has a 4-month-old and a 2-year-old.
Oh.
Yeah, and
That's tough.
And her husband was out of town, has been out of town for work, and so she's just like, "Hi, if you want to come and help me, just wrangle the children, especially while I'm taking care of a 4-month-old, just wrangle this 2-year-old for like a weekend. That would be really great." So
how were you as a babysitter? Do you feel like you did a good job?
Maybe
You feel like
that kid is alive,
Hey.
and that kid likes me.
Hey,
Yeah, little Leander. He and I are best friends now. Leander.
Oh, hi,
yeah.
Leander.
Leander's doing
Thank
great.
you for watching.
He's wonderful.
Go to
super sweet.
patreon.com/2gaymads for more
Yes.
information.
Yes. Leander's incredible. Like, I mean,
Yes.
I've known Leander for 2 years now, but Leander, super fun and like super easy. Like he's like a super sweet kid and everything. But
Right.
when you also have a newborn you're dealing with and also like a 2-year-old, that's
Right.
a lot on your plate.
Totally.
And you know, this is my first time spending days like with a 2-year-old
Of course,
that
of
I
course.
like am helping to take care of.
Yes.
So like every little thing, I'm just like, is he okay?
I know.
When a child is like eating something and they're talking, because Leander's very chatty.
Yeah.
He's very friendly. He's very social.
Chatty Cappy.
But he would like eat and then he would talk and talk and talk. And then there would be a part where he would stop and he'd go, and I'd go, he's going to throw up. He's going to throw up. I would be so scared he's going to throw up. But he didn't.
Hey,
He kept that food down.
Good for you, Leander.
'Cause you know how like I'm like, kids throw up.
They
Rant,
do.
They do.
I mean, I guess the food time is scary to me. I also, at one point when I was maybe in high school or early college or something, didn't even babysit, but like my mom's friend had a baby and they were like, we're going to go out to dinner or something, just watch this baby for a little bit.
Yeah.
But the baby was on the precipice of walking. So it's like, there's so much like, so many corners in the home because we weren't babies. Nothing was baby proof. And so I just see him continually pulling himself up. And I'm like, I think this is great for your motor skills or whatever, but like, you must sit down. I cannot have you walking around and falling and hitting your little baby head. Like, it's just, yes, as someone who doesn't have a baby and is not like babysitting a lot, it's just, you get worried.
Yeah. Leander has great coordination. I have to say he's a good climber. He climbs a lot, but like you can tell he's like strong and like, good at this. So it's like, okay, there were times where like Megan was upstairs taking care of Pippa, the new baby, and Leander would like try to run upstairs and be like, mommy, mommy, mommy. But I knew like, it's like Megan needs her time to figure, like she doesn't want to try to be putting this baby down as like Leander's, needs this and everything. So I found that a great way to wrangle a 2-year-old is to be like, hey, I have something to show you.
Oh Lord, you better had something though.
Well, the thing is I didn't. I immediately was just like, hey, I have something to show you. And then he would turn around and go, what? And I'd be like, you have to come and look.
Oh my God.
And he'd be like, what is it? And I'd be like, because now he's at the age where he wants more details. He asks questions. He's like, why?
He loves a why.
Why not?
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, you just have to see it. And then we would get far enough into the house where we were far away enough from the stairs where he would forget that he wanted to go up the stairs. And I would have to show him anything. I'd be like, look at this car. Look at this. And he'd be like, yes.
Oh, he'd always be into it.
He'd always be into it.
He was never like, this was a trick.
Oh, no. He's very go with the flow. He's always down for a fun adventure.
Yeah.
So I found that that's a fun trick if you have like a 2-year-old.
That's
You're like,
good to know.
hey, oh my God, I have to show you something. And they're like, what is it?
I have to show you
And then it's like improv. It's like, just say the thing first, come up with the answer in like 5 seconds.
I'm not really an improver, though.
Well, get used to it.
Oh, well.
There's kids all around you, and you're going to have to take care of them at some point.
At some point, I will have to take care of a child, so I will keep that in mind. Speaking of children, should we jump into the news radiots?
Okay, there's children?
The thing is, I always think of this actor as like, oh, he's young.
Oh, he's in his 30s, baby.
That's the thing.
I know.
He's not that young.
No.
He looks young, but he's not young enough for this kind of comment to go unchecked. So if you haven't heard, Mr. Timothée Chalamet, who mere weeks ago was the front runner, and I guess he's probably still the front runner.
Ish. I don't know. I mean, the Marty Supreme buzz has plummeted. And before this, it was... Yeah, we'll get into it later, but keep talking.
He is facing some backlash from ballet and opera communities because he was sitting down for a CNN and Variety town hall event that he didn't. And he said that he didn't want theatrical movie going to end up like the quote unquote ballet or opera, where artists want to, quote, keep this thing alive even though no one cares about it anymore. And ooh, baby.
The ballet and opera people came through the woodwork.
They were furious.
They're being like, oh, we'll show you. And they started offering coupon discount codes. And the code was Timothée.
Yes.
Man.
I mean, London's Royal Ballet and Opera took to Instagram on Friday to share footage of its craftspeople and performers in an apparent response to Chalamet. The caption of the post read, every night at the Royal Opera House, thousands of people gather for ballet and opera, for the music, for the storytelling, for the sheer magic of the live performance. If you'd like to reconsider Timothée, our doors are open. So that's kind, but it's also sir. I just feel, and I think Oscar voting, from what I understand, was already over by the time he said this. But I feel like after Michael B. Jordan won Best Actor at the SAG Awards, it really opened up the possibility of him winning that award next Sunday at the Oscars. And it's just the buzz around Timothée at this very moment couldn't be lower, not just for the performance, but also for shit like this. Don't make your fellow artists upset and make them feel oh my God, you think you're better than me because you do this form of art while I do this form. Even if there are bigger times for opera and for ballet, the people who love it fucking love it. It is very much alive. This is people's livelihoods we're talking about. And to say, quote unquote, no one cares for this artistic endeavor that so many people have spent their lives crafting and putting their heart and soul into, it's just babe, not it.
It's a pretty rough PR moment. And the thing is, I understand what he's trying to say.
I see what he's trying to say.
He's just saying, I want movies to be, I want people to go out and see movies and everything. Because it's we're not going to pretend ballet or opera, the number one forms of entertainment that everyone is seeing now. And a lot of the reason for that is because it is also so expensive.
Right.
It's very, very difficult to see for that reason. It does anger the people who have devoted their lives to it. And it's kind of while I do understand what Timothy is trying to say and everything, I mean, granted, Lord knows I've been on this podcast. I'm sure I've said something along the lines, I'm sure I've said something flippant like that along the lines of being no one gives a fuck about the Super Bowl.
Right.
When it's just this is objectively not true.
Right.
So I don't think he meant anything by, I know I read that his mother and sister were ballet dancers or something.
Oh, really?
His mother was a professional ballet dancer. I assume he knows and understands the work that goes into it. Honestly, I think ballet and opera are both probably the most difficult art forms. It's some sort of crazy circus routine that you need your body to do something that seems inhuman. It's probably number one. Yeah. Ballet, this ballet looks easy. It's truly the hardest thing on the planet to make look good. Right. And opera, obviously, the precision that is needed, is so difficult. So people really, really dedicate their lives to this. Yeah. And this is all in kind of fun. I think people are, the ballet and opera companies are Duncan a little hard, but like, they've kind of earned it because the way he said was pretty flippant and kind of just like a little like, man, fuck this guy. We're gonna use this to promote our own industries and everything. So like the stakes aren't very high with this drama. Literally a month from now, everyone will be fine.
Yes.
Everyone will go back to loving Timothée Chalamet and everything. And
it might sting for a bit.
A little bit, but
yes.
He'll have a great movie coming out soon.
He'll be fine.
He'll be fine. I understand like it's fun every Oscar season to have an Oscar villain. I mean, but we're never going to get as high as like last year with Carlos Sofia Gascon.
Oh, well,
like that was those were
no, you
that
just
was real
said,
drama.
You
okay?
just said Timothy's going to be in something and everyone's going to love him again. No one ever said that about Carla. That didn't come up. That was like, oh, babe, I hope you're enjoying this season because we might never see you again. Like that and the thing that makes the Timothy thing feel like more annoying than like you being like, oh, I don't care about the Super Bowl. I mean, I think we have an early video where I say nobody cares about Broadway. But the reason that I don't feel as bad about that is because like we're punching up. Like it's if we were Best Actor nominated in one of the best films, not best, one of the worst films I've ever seen, but in a film that is very lauded, and you're talking about these art forms that are going through harder times than they have in the past, it feels like punching down.
And they just they don't want to hear it.
They don't want to hear it.
The opera girls, they don't want to hear it. They're trying to sell those tickets.
Yes, you should be encouraging that they all come and go to the opera and the ballet, and I bet he will in a couple of days. But
sure,
man, he stepped in it.
You
could tell if we watched the clip as soon as he said it, he was like, "Ooh, didn't need to make those shots, did I?" And I think it was like
I think I lost like 14 cents.
Yeah, and it's like you did.
Oscar voting's done. This won't affect like any sort of votes he would get or anything.
Right.
And it's like the whole Oscar campaign, people have sort of been criticizing people like, oh, is he doing too much? Is he doing this? Is he doing that? It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine for him. It's I'm sure he wants those industries to thrive.
Sure.
But he also is acknowledging like people aren't like going out to see them as much and everything. But I still want people to come and see these movies,
Do you think it's between him and Michael B. Jordan, or do you think it's really could be anybody's game?
Oh, I don't know at this point. I mean, since the actor award, the SAG actor
Look at you
awards,
saying it.
I know. I'm gonna have to start getting used to it. Ever since the actor awards last Sunday, especially because Timothée Chalamet the week prior lost the SAG award or lost the BAFTA award for the guy from I Swear, and so it was kind of like, oh, okay, well maybe that was a little fluke, right. Because the guy wanted like British, and that movie like just came out, so there's a lot of buzz around it and everything. Whereas like the SAG Awards, Sinners is a very like populist choice. I would say I knew that Sinners was going to win Ensemble hands down, and I knew that SAG would really respond well to Sinners and everything. But so when Michael B. Jordan won, I was like, okay, this like makes sense. Like this win from the SAG, the Screen Actors Guild, like makes a lot of sense. Like knowing like SAG's like taste and everything, and everyone in that room was so excited for Michael B. Jordan. They were going nuts, which is great,
especially after what happened at the BAFTAs to him.
Awards,
it's just as like the goodwill for him, because it's like he really went through a lot on a very public stage. So I'm glad the goodwill for him is high.
Yeah, but then that kind of just like knocks Timothy a little bit down, and so it's kind of like, oh, Timothée Chalamet was the front runner all year, like before, like months before the movie came out. It was like, this is gonna be Timothy's Oscar, and that's why I love following the Oscars, because it's like it's interesting to see like what buzz rises and falls for no particular reason or for some very specific little reasons here and there and everything, but seeing how those, and it truly doesn't mean anything is objectively the best or worst or anything like that. These awards are all subjective, but it's just interesting to like track the trends and everything.
Right.
And so I find it very interesting that after the SAG Awards, we now have 3 Oscar acting races that are pretty open.
Look at that. We were just saying how boring this race was going to be this season, and didn't turn out that way at all.
I know.
So good luck to everybody, and we love you, opera and ballet folks out there, if you're listening. You're probably not. You're probably too classy for this, but maybe there are some people out there.
They're probably talking shit about they're like, these fucking reactor channels.
These fucking internet podcasters. They don't know anything.
They don't know anything.
And it's like, I hear you. I hear you. In news that I hate to deliver, Britney Spears was arrested over the weekend. I think this happened on the 5th. I guess it was actually Wednesday night. She was arrested in California for a DUI. She was allegedly driving under the influence. She was under suspicion of driving under the influence of a combination of alcohol and drugs, according to the California Highway Patrol. It was reported for driving erratically at a high speed, and she was stopped by officers, according to the CHP. Since then, a representative for Spears has shared a statement. This was an unfortunate incident that is completely inexcusable. Britney is going to take the right steps and comply with the law, and hopefully this can be the first step in long overdue change that needs to occur in Britney's life. Hopefully she can get the help and support she needs during this difficult time. It's like, of course, it's completely inexcusable to be driving under the influence, especially if you're a person of that much means. Like, just call an Uber, pull over at the side of the road, get your car tomorrow, whatever it is. Like, I feel like we have too many options to put so many people's lives at risk. Like, I feel like we as a culture don't think, I mean, a lot of people do, but there are people out there who don't think of, like, you are driving a huge weapon that is flying down the road.
Yeah.
And we need to take that seriously. If you are impaired in any way, call an Uber, pull over, leave your car where you are. Like, it was very disappointing to read this from Britney because we're obviously big fans, but it does not excuse what she did. It does not excuse, like, putting other people's lives at risk, putting her own life at risk. Like, it's just not okay for anyone, but especially a person who, like, you have all the money in the world. You just sold your fucking music catalog. Spend the $30 on the Uber. Like, no. So it was just shitty to hear that.
Yeah, or like you can afford a driver.
Yes,
of some kind, you know.
Yes,
it's so it is very disappointing, especially knowing her history, how she has worked so hard to work her get her things together, her life together, and everything. And I understand with when people struggle with any sort of addiction or something like that, like
right.
it's a rest of your life.
Yes.
Thing that you're
always in recovery.
You're always in recovery and everything. So I'm just hoping that this is just another sort of like wake up call. Be like, hey, I need to do this. I need to get my life together. And especially now that she's like older, she has more time. To help herself. She's not being forced to like do these shows or make this music or anything, so she can really spend a lot of time to like focus on herself, get whatever help she needs, do the things she loves to do in a safe environment and in a safe way.
And the only other thing I'll say about this is I do sometimes feel when Britney does anything, and this is, I would say, the worst thing she has done in a long time, in my viewpoint, like the most dangerous thing that she has done, like publicly. But I feel like whenever Britney posts something that people are like, oh, she seems weird, XYZ, they're like, oh, maybe she shouldn't have been freed. Maybe she needs that conservatorship. And it's like, we don't know the ins and outs of her life to make that call. But it's also like, there are many people who need help with alcohol and drugs and, should not be driving, and they are, who that's not the first thing you say. Like, months ago, Justin Timberlake just had a DUI and no one was like, well, time to get him a conservator. So that does still rub me the wrong way. I do think she, from everything we saw on that stand that day, she gave that statement. Like, of course she should be a free person, but she's a free person who has to take accountability for her actions. And like, this is inexcusable. And just like, we love her here at Two Gay Mats, so we hate saying shitty things about her. And it's not even a shitty thing. It's just like, I hope it was a wake-up call for her. I hope it was, because just it is unacceptable. Yeah, completely.
I think everyone can agree.
We can all agree.
We want the best.
We want,
we want her to be safe.
Absolutely. Zendaya was, the thing is, I was going to say she confirmed, but she didn't. Law Roach, over the course of the last 2 weeks, I believe it was on the red carpet at the Actor Awards, maybe, that Law was being interviewed, and they were asking about, like, so what's going on with Zendaya and Tom Holland? When's this wedding happening? What's she going to wear? And he was just like, oh, it happened. Yeah, that whole thing has already happened. So congratulations are in order for Miss Zendaya and Tom Holland, if the rumors are true, and it seems like Law Roach would know. Congratulations on your nuptials. I think that is such a beautiful thing. Zendaya's mother, Claire Stormer, reposted a clip of Law Roach claiming that Zendaya and Tom Holland's wedding already happened, and like kind of smiled and laughed, and we're like, oh, the laugh. So it seems like that's confirmation, but I mean, is it surprising that they weren't going to tell us. Like, we weren't invited.
Sure.
I wasn't going to get something in the mail being like, please come to our nuptials.
If we did, if they were like, let's invite all the YouTube reactors.
I mean, I don't, that doesn't feel like their style. But I just am happy for them. They seem like very cute, nice people.
Yeah.
And
they've been together a while.
They've been together a long, long time.
They must really like each other.
You know? Just maybe.
Look at that.
Just
you
maybe.
fancy each other, don't you? And speaking of ballet,
Yeah.
Tom Holland, I was thinking, because I was watching when they were announced, you know, on the internet was talking about Tom Holland and Zendaya getting married and everything. And this ballet conversation was happening. So it was showing clips of Tom Holland's like dancing his fucking ass off.
Wow.
Like, just like, because it's like, you know, his background is ballet. He's a Billy Elliot and everything.
right.
And it had me thinking, I'm just like, how the fuck have we not cast Tom Holland in a movie musical?
That is
yet?
wild.
This is like, you have a guy who's like hot leading man type who can also like truly dance. Not like, oh, I can move a little and we're going to do this for this movie musical and edit around him, which like I'm not totally opposed to if like the performance is good enough. But you have someone who can truly dance, point his feet and leap, bitch. And we're not taking advantage of this. And it does also kind of like prove Timothée Chalamet's point of just like, because it's like, well, if Tom Holland was able to make the money off doing ballet that he can doing these big blockbuster movies, then he'd be doing ballet, you know. But like,
I wouldn't say it proves Timothy's point.
I don't know if it proves Timothy's point, but it's kind of just like there's more money in movies than in ballet. Ballet dancers are paid so shittily,
which is wild.
Which is
you
like,
have to like break down your body.
Your body
and
is fucked
forever.
I know, and that just shows how much you love it, girls and boys.
Yes.
But yeah. So. Why have we not utilized this?
It is wild, especially because even if there are some people out there who don't know that he was a Billy Elliot, so many people saw him do, what was the show with Chrissy Teigen where they danced? Lip sync battle, where he did the umbrella thing. And it's like, oh, okay, well, this makes sense. Like, it makes sense that he's a ballet dancer who turned into a movie star when you see him dance like that.
You can say ballerina. You were about to say ballerina.
I didn't know if they liked ballerina. I don't know how. I mean, I like it, but I don't know how the male ballerinos like to be referred to.
Travis, my roommate, started dance lessons because he's just like, I want to be a ballerina.
All right.
He was just, like, this was 2 years ago. He saw the national tour of Chicago, and he was just like, I've decided I'm going to be a ballerina now, and he's been taking ballet classes.
You know what I love about Travis and the stories you tell me about him? It's like, he's like, I've decided this thing about my life, and now I'm just gonna go do it. Like, so many people are like, should I do this? Does this make sense for me? Like, what's the future here? And he's like, no, I this is what I'm interested in right now, and off I go.
I'm gonna be a ballerina.
And I'll have to remember these positive things about Travis the next time a Gaga song comes up on Travis Tracks, and he's like, I hate her, what's her deal? And it's like, so he has many good qualities as well.
The end of Travis Tracks, that is all mayhem. That's a bunch of mayhem tracks.
Got to like mayhem.
Girl, you think he's gonna like mayhem if he hasn't liked the Fame Monster? By the way, there's no Travis Tracks this week.
Yeah, sorry guys. That's okay. We did get a couple of emails, so we'll go through those.
Yeah.
Something that happened right before we started here. Rihanna has confirmed she's unharmed, but there were 10 shots fired into her LA home today. The suspect is in custody. A woman was arrested after allegedly firing several shots at the Beverly Hills home of Rihanna and A$AP Rocky. According to the Los Angeles Times, it looks like Rihanna was at home at the time, which I did not think she was. It's unclear if her children were home or if A$AP Rocky was home. But it's just like, what is going on? Like, how terrifying. I cannot believe you think like, oh, I'm in Beverly Hills now. Like, I'm this huge celebrity. I have security with me all the time. My safety is paramount and is not in question, but there are people out there. It's like, I mean, we say this all the time, but it's like, maybe we should be doing something about the fucking guns. Like, maybe guns shouldn't be so available to get in this country. Maybe that's like, gun control is so fucking necessary.
A novel idea.
A novel idea that we feel like we've been pushing for so long in so many countries after their like first school shooting. Okay, like, all right, no more.
Worked in Australia, and it worked in the, I believe, 90s when like Bill Clinton banned assault rifles and everything.
But they're just back.
You know, then the legislation was allowed to expire.
Horrifying.
And then it has just never been brought back.
So our hearts go out to Rihanna and her family. I am so glad they are okay, but like, everybody stay safe out there. As Tyler just posted in the chat, it is about the guns, people. Like, we don't all need access to these semi-automatic weapons just for fucking shits and giggles. Like, for what?
And it's just like, yes, like mental health is important as well. We can fix both.
We can fix both. Back, I gotta get off. But it's upsetting. It's just upsetting news.
Let's talk about the SAG Awards.
Is there anything about the SAG Awards you would like to discuss?
Oh, I mean,
or the ACTRA Awards, excuse me.
I mean, there were just like Amy Madigan won. She's now, I think, like the slight front runner for supporting actress, but still, like it still could be Tiana Taylor. It could be Wumi Masako, who won the BAFTA award and everything. I think it's between those three. The Sentimental Value girls are still holding strong. I love them. But yeah, that's a very open race. Sean Penn, I think, is more solidified as the Best Supporting Actor front runner, even though it's still not super confirmed.
Is he who you would pick?
I might pick Sean Penn just because like that was an amazing performance. But there is a bit of a sentiment of just like, he has two already.
Yeah.
It's like Benicio del Toro. He has one. Do we want to give it like Stellan Skarsgård, who doesn't have any, who's like a veteran actor, or like Delroy Lindo, who's a veteran actor who's finally got his first Oscar nomination. Also, could very much like ride the Sinners Love wave and everything.
Yeah.
So could be that. So supporting actor is still a little open. Jessie Buckley's winning leading actress, hands down. Leading actor. I mean, of course, Michael B. Jordan just kind of like busted that door down. So it's like, and you know, sometimes like a lot of years with the SAG Awards, the SAG Awards are not the greatest like predictor of the Oscars. Like last year, Timothée Chalamet won the SAG Award for leading actor, but Adrian Brody won the Oscar. So, so you know, this SAG Award for Michael B. Jordan could mean nothing, or it could mean everything, considering the fact that Marty Supreme buzz has died down, and considering the fact that there is such love for Sinners. Across the board, like got more nominations than any movie in history.
Absolutely.
Even though I still think One Battle After Another is the front runner for Best Picture still. I think people want to like show some love for Sinners in whatever way they can.
Totally.
So, and it's a great performance. Like they're all good performances. So I'm happy to see what happens next week.
Carrie Underwood is getting booed at American Idol this season.
Why?
I don't know, actually. I don't know if it's because she is giving harsh critiques because she's one of the judges this year, I believe. She took Katy Perry's spot. Or it could be because of the Trump stuff. Wasn't she singing a Trump
They wouldn't
thing?
show that on America's Got Talent.
American Idol.
American Idol. They're not showing that on a network. They're not. That's not gonna.
She says, "Boo me, period. I don't care, period," with some emojis afterwards. I think she cares. I wouldn't like to be booed.
No,
don't be me.
Booed, you know.
So yeah, tell us why she's getting booed in the chat because we're not positive there. Did you see the clip of the interview of Demi Lovato on Keke Palmer's podcast where they're talking about growing up as child stars and stuff?
No.
And I saw a clip and it is so wild. Kiki's like talking about like why am I like I'm so young at this point in my career? She's like, I'm 15. Now, why in the world was my boyfriend 20? And Demi goes, why was my boyfriend 30? And I was like,
we all heard 29.
We all heard 29, which is a great song, and absolutely was also Demi brought it up later on in the conversation because Keke Palmer was like, "Oh my gosh, you should hear Mature by Hilary Duff." And when I heard that song, I was like, "Did we all just have the same situations happen to us growing up as like young stars?" And it's like, yeah, you should listen to 29. We all did.
I love how they're just like, why did this happen? It's like
exactly.
You know who would ask the same question? Leander.
Why did this happen?
Keke Palmer's like, I was 15 and my boyfriend was 20. Leander would be like, why?
Right. I do wonder, like, how the parents of these people feel when they're watching these kind of conversations. Because the undercurrent to me when I hear that conversation is like, someone should have stepped in.
Some adults were not looking after us. Yeah.
And I get that it's got to be a weird scenario when your 15-year-old child is the breadwinner for the family and you kind of all work for them. But also, they're still a child. And you need to, when things like that are happening, when they're having an inappropriate relationship with adults, someone should step in, protect the girls.
I know.
So Jessie Buckley, who apparently is winning next Sunday, and Paul Mescal are under fire over their anecdote about cats, which we talked about a little bit before. I don't like cats. Jessie admitted before Paul said, "Fuck cats." Jessie revealed, "My husband, when I started dating him, he had 2 cats. This is bad, so I'm gonna get canceled." Which, like, if ever you're in an interview, like in a public place, like if you're promoting a movie and you're talking and that phrase comes out, just be like, you know what? I'm actually not going to say this.
Yeah.
Like, that's what that should mean. It's like, if like, oh, I think I'm going to get canceled. It's like, you know, I actually might, so I'm not going to mention it. But cats aren't for me. Love you guys. Thank you for having us. Goodbye.
But canceled for cats, that's a quick cancellation. We're going right back to normal.
You know those animal folks are not happy.
No.
They are not. They're serious. So she says, but one of the cats was like a pedigree model bitch. She staged like a coup against me. I'd come home and she'd just be there like poo on the pillow. And I was like, it's me or the cat. And I won. So people are upset. Apparently, I mean, I assume the cat was just rehomed and not like put down or something crazy.
Yes.
That cat is rehomed and it's fine. Doechii then, I don't know if it was related to this discussion, like went on her Twitter or X or whatever it is and being like, well, I mean, cats are mean. Like it's true.
It's by design, and that's kind of why we love them. Because it's kind of like you better work. Like if someone was coming over, I didn't like them, I'd love the opportunity to shit on their pillow.
Hey, don't do that. Now you're a little bit close to Leah Michelle shitting in a wig. You don't want that.
There's a fine line.
There's a fine line between shit on a pillow and shit in a wig.
Shit on a wig. Yeah.
So
how do they feel about the musical Cats? The ballet Cats, shall we call it? The ballet / opera Cats.
I don't know, but I do see so much like promotion on my Instagram already for like the Cats Jellicle Ball, which is coming to Broadway. And I'm like, is this a version of Cats I can get behind? Like they obviously know like you're a black gay person, so you're probably gonna like this. But like, yeah, I do want to watch it.
Okay, well, look at you becoming a Cat stan. Matt Steele was right all along, wasn't he?
I'm not.
It's the same music, girl.
It is, but I assume it'll be a production that I will resonate more with me. We'll see.
So you agree the score of Cats is great?
No.
You'd be down for the score of Cats if it was just told in a different way.
I'm being open because this is my year of open-mindedness. I just listened to a freaking Harry Styles album all the way through and liked it. And so this is my year of growth and open-mindedness. This is not me co-signing Cats.
All right.
I can't do that yet.
Cats, I will always love you, okay? I will never get canceled for talking shit about you, Andrew Lloyd Webber masterpiece.
And to wrap up our months-long discussions on Traitors, which you can find on our Patreon, patreon.com/2gaymatt, spinoff podcast there. Maura Higgins and Rob Roush were on Watch What Happens Live this past week, and Rob gifted Maura the Birkin that she was promised at the end of that show after he double-crossed her and made her look like a fool because he was a traitor all along and she was a faithful, and they were the final two, XYZ. You probably already know this because Rob, again, I literally one of the weeks of the podcast on the Patreon, I'm like, I want to rename this I Hate Rob, because I do. I actually hate him a little bit less after he backstabbed.
Why do you hate him though?
I didn't like him through a lot of that. You know how I feel about the Housewives, and I didn't like how he treated the other traitors. Okay. But then when he backstabbed Eric, which I guess spoiler alert for all of this, but it's been weeks, guys, if you should know. So I don't dislike him as much, but I stand by him being so full of shit with the like, I just want to live a quiet life thing, because I've never seen a person do more promotion. Like his agents, is whoever's involved in booking him every single brand deal, like they're giving him the Dylan Efron treatment. I am positive he is going to be on Dancing with the Stars by the time we finish recording this podcast. I was listening to another podcast and someone wrote in being like, he should be the next Bachelor, and like I wouldn't think that was out of the question if this relationship.
He's in a 2-month relationship, committed relationship though.
He is. So if that doesn't work out, because I mean that the thing is with the Bachelor, it's been so like we only pull from the last season of The Bachelorette. It was that for so long, but now one of the Mormon wives is the new Bachelorette. And so make Rob Roush the Bachelor. Clearly the ratings are struggling over there. You know, they're doing worse than Ballet on The Bachelor. And so they got to hire whoever's going to bring in the eyes. I could see that being Rob as well. Rob is everywhere, and I get it. Like, it's his time. Make your moment, make your splash, make your money. Just don't sit here in my face and tell me you want to live a quiet life and like find a nice girl and live on a farm with your little family or whatever, and that this money you got from Traitors is going to allow you to do that. Like, no, you want to be an Instagram boy. You want to be a brand deal guy. You want to probably be the Bachelor. And I think that's all fine.
Go for it.
But just don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. All right?
Look at Matt Palmer. My issue's more with the Birkin bag situation. The company, people on that reunion were like, oh, minimum Birkin bag is 10 grand. Why would you ever spend that much money on a fucking bag that you would be afraid to bring out in public anyway, because you don't want to do damage to it. You don't want to have people, it's just like, people would just want to be like, I have one just because it's like a status symbol. Yeah. And that is so stupid. Like, I don't get it all. To me, the Birkin bags are like how Jessie Buckley and Paul Mescal think about cats.
Fuck Birkin.
Timothée Chalamet thinks about the industry of ballet and opera.
Yes.
It's just like, man, fuck this. I mean, even though Timmy didn't say that, but still, like, I think we should all be talking shit about Birkin bags instead of ballet / opera, even though they're also very expensive. And like how Paul and Jessie are talking shit about cats. Like, our anger should be directed towards the Birkin bag industry, because what the fuck are we doing?
I have watched Housewives for over a decade. I have seen scenes inside stores in which they're buying Birkins. I have seen parties about like, oh, I just bought my first Birkin. So like, yes, I hear you, but it's like how I watched the Housewives of Beverly Hills, and like you watch it and like, woo, they've done a lot of work. And I'm like, wait, have they? That looks so natural to me. Like, to me, I don't even see it. I'm like, yeah, Birkin, 10,000.
Birkin bag.
Yeah, that's on the low end.
They got the money to be able to do it. Yeah, but it's just like, oh, think of everything that money could be put towards.
I know. You get 3 Apple Vision Pros.
You get, I mean, And if there's one thing society needs, it's Apple Vision Pros.
How are they doing? I feel like they're going the way of the ballet.
Baby girl.
I worry there who Timmy should have been talking about because I still want one, but I just don't feel like we're talking about them as a culture.
I think it's beautiful that ballet and opera have both outlasted the Apple Vision Pros in terms of relevance.
The Apple Vision Pro is still around.
So is Ballet Girl.
I'm still open for receiving one.
Yeah.
And yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But you seem less excited about it now.
I'm not less excited. I just want there to be more hubbub about it. Yeah. You know, I love an Apple launch.
This time a year ago, you were like, this is going to be my future. I'm going to be addicted to the Apple Vision Pros. And
it's still an option. I still could get one. And the moment I do, you know what we're doing? Sitting down and making a fucking video where you're wearing it and you're going to hate it. I can't wait. It's going to be a great video.
Anything where it's just, I can't see anything and I'm just stuck in this world, this fake little world. Ugh.
That's life, man.
No, it scares
What's
me.
real? We're all in the Matrix.
I'm always real.
I was going to sing I'm Real by J-Lo. Sorry, Mariah. Anything else you'd like to tell the people before we take a quick little break?
That we're so happy that we were here together.
We are happy to be here together. So we're going to take our quick little break and then be back with more Two Gay Mats, the podcast.
All right, we're good?
I think we're good.
We're here. We pushed
back.
all the buttons.
All the buttons have been pushed.
Oh, I love this. Matt Palmer, tell the people what to do.
Guys, thank you so much for listening to and or watching the podcast. It would mean so much to us if you joined our Patreon. Go to patreon.com/2gaymats to get extra bonus content from us every single week. We actually just posted our unedited reactions to the new Bruno Mars album, The Romantic, and the new Harry Styles album, Kiss All the Time, Disco Occasionally. So that's up waiting for you. You could also join the Discord, which is popping off these days, and talk with us and other fans of pop culture and pop music all the live long day. It's a great place to be. And Matt Steele.
Oh, yeah.
What section of the podcast are we on?
This is Email My Heart. This is the section of the podcast where we answer any questions that you guys might have. If you want to be a part of Email My Heart, you can email us at 2gaymats@gmail.com. 2 is spelled TWO. And we have a lot of emails today.
Which, didn't we not have any last week or 2 weeks ago? Well,
yeah. But it's been 2 weeks.
It's
And
been
also,
2
we
weeks.
don't have any Travis tracks today.
Let's talk about them.
2 minutes, so why not? So, first question comes to us from Jen. Jen says, New York shows. Hey, Matt and Matt, to celebrate Steele's return to the best coast. I don't know about that. As a Jersey girl, I can't say that. I would like to ask him to rank the shows he saw in New York. Messy White Gaze being number 1, of course. I want to know how chess ranks out of all of them.
Oh,
and
good
why.
question.
I want to preface this by saying I did enjoy everything I saw in New York City.
Look, see, Timothy, how it is when you're trying to cover your ass and be nice in a public platform. You should work on that.
But unfortunately, Jen, chess is at the bottom.
Well, I take back what I said.
Just because
Wow.
I love chess. I think chess is so weird and interesting and cool. The score is stunning. I think the concept is so brilliant. It's about a Russian chess player and an American chess player and their giant chess tournament and how it is a metaphor for the Cold War. In this new production of chess, it wasn't so much a metaphor. It was a little more on the nose. But also it's like a love triangle involved. It's, I think, such an interesting concept for a musical. And I've always been fascinated by chess. However, chess has been rewritten 5,000 times. Like the original London production was one thing. Then when it went to Broadway in the late 80s, it was sort of another thing. Like they rewrote it and everything, did some tweaks and everything. Apparently it was for the worst. The Broadway production flopped. So it's back on Broadway at the Imperial Theater where it was in the 80s. And there are some excellent moments in this production. The performances, excellent. Leah
Michelle,
Aaron Tveit,
Tveit,
Faisal, Christopher, Nicholas Christopher.
Okay.
Incredible.
Really?
These performances are so good. The vocal performances, obviously, it's like the score is so lush and wonderful, and to have singers sing this shit out of it is really, really fantastic. They rewrote the book.
How'd you like that?
First of all, they made it less of a metaphor for the Cold War.
Yeah.
And the actual chess matches were more direct. It was more like Russia being like, if our person loses, we're going to bomb you. And it's like, what? Okay. So I think it lost a little bit of sophistication in there.
Okay.
But the thing that was the most egregious is like, we decided to make this melodramatic, sort of eerie, dark, very sophisticated musical. We decided to add some comedy. And there was a narrator who was played by Bryce Pinkham, I believe, and he genuinely was great. Like he genuinely performed his ass off. I thought he was very, very good.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff he was required to do, they made a lot of the jokes very meta, and they were very much just like, this is a Cold War musical. And if you know anything about me in musical theater, you know I don't like it when a musical refers to the fact that it's a musical.
Yeah, you don't like
I
that.
don't love that. And so it's just like, and he was given these jokes, and it's like, I feel like this is weird. And some of the jokes. Okay, the one guy's name, the one character's name is Freddie Trumper.
Okay.
This musical was written in the 80s. Obviously, this was before horrible things happened.
Yes.
But of course, they made reference to that, like meta jokes around that.
Oh.
There were a lot of Trump jokes, and I was just like, this is...
Trump jokes?
Yes.
We're in the Cold War.
Yes.
Like, what are we talking about?
I know. But it was just kind of like, okay, you know, it's a little just like it loses the sophistication. And then there was a RFK brainworm joke. And I was just like, this is because I was just like, this is just going to make us have to rewrite this musical
exactly.
in 10 years. Why are we doing this? And then you could tell they were just like, well, we got to make it balanced. And they made a Joe Biden joke. And I was just like, well, now you're just pissing me off. I don't like these jokes to begin with. I don't like these referential jokes to begin with. And now you're just making me mad. So it was just like, this is all just, I feel like cheapens the really interesting source material. But that being said, when that music was hitting, it was hitting. And I was just like, ooh.
I'm glad.
Yeah. Next, I would say would be Death Becomes Her, which I enjoyed a lot.
Yes.
The great thing about Death Becomes Her is it's probably the most I spent on a ticket out of all the shows in New York.
That's the good thing?
No, but you saw your money on that stage.
Okay.
The special effects were so cool, so much fun. It was a really funny show. Did it reinvent the wheel in any sort of way? Not really, but it was a very enjoyable show. Above that, a little bit, I would put Queen of Versailles, actually, which got like really bad reviews. And like people were like, I hated it.
Didn't it close really quickly?
It closed very quickly.
Yeah.
People were like, I didn't like it. And I was like, I would not say it was perfect.
Right.
But I was very intrigued by it. I thought it was really interesting. I loved the direction. I loved the visuals of it. It was just like an interesting story to put to musical, and I love it when source material is a little weird.
Sure.
It's based on the documentary Queen of Versailles that came out 2011.
That sounds right.
Something. And so I just like really enjoyed it. I loved the duality of comparing this modern day palace that this woman was creating to the French Renaissance and everything. And so I loved those elements of it. I don't know. I enjoyed it. Next would be Oh Mary, which I enjoyed a lot. Laughed the whole time, but it's not number one because when
was it Jane Krakowski?
It was Jane Krakowski.
Oh, I love her.
Yeah, and she was hysterical.
Yeah.
But then when it was over, I was like, I would like a second act. So I kind of just wanted more.
Yeah.
Then I would say it's hard between the top two. Next, I would say Two Strangers Carry a Cake across New York.
You mentioned that one.
Beautiful show. I loved it. I found it so moving and wonderful. The performances are excellent. So I really, really enjoyed that. I was really moved by the entire story. But number one, I saw twice, and that was Oedipus.
Oh,
it was.
Wait, where's Ragtime on the list?
Oh, and I saw Ragtime. I forgot about
Ragtime.
I would put Ragtime in between Queen of Versailles and Two Strangers Carry a Cake.
Cool.
It's Ragtime. Obviously, Ragtime is one of the greatest things that's ever been created.
Of course.
So yeah, and this production was very good as well. But I've seen Ragtime before.
Totally.
So I enjoyed seeing the new things. I was excited to see the new things a little more. Yeah. So Ragtime, Two Strangers Carry a Cake, and then Oedipus was just an excellent, excellent production and a really cool adaptation of a Greek classic.
All right.
Yeah. So I think I'm counting everything.
That
Obviously,
sounds right.
Messy White Gaze, number one.
Yes.
But
very unbiased there.
very
I'm sure.
unbiased there. But I think that's my ranking. I don't think I missed anything.
It's a great question, great answer.
Great question, and obviously a classic answer. Hello.
It's long.
But
it was good.
Whatever. We have time. We don't have any
What's the next
tracks.
question?
Next question is from Amy, and it's best reality TV moments. Hi, Nats. Love the podcast, and you're so close to 100K.
That's true.
I hope you hit it ASAP so I can see Matt Palmer's reaction to this. I'm expecting self-titled Beyonce reaction levels here.
That's
but it got me
funny.
thinking, what do you think are the most jaw-dropping, iconic reality TV moments? Obviously, there is Scandival, but what else can you think of? For me, I used to watch The Challenge, and at the end, Sarah and Johnny Bananas won, and Sarah had the choice of splitting the money with Johnny or taking it all for herself. She chose to take it all for herself. Eager to hear your thoughts since you both watch a lot of reality TV and different shows. Thanks for everything you do, and excited to continue watching this channel and community grow.
Oh, that's so nice. Number one, the first thought for me is when Steven slapped Irene. on the Real World Seattle.
I was thinking about that too.
That is like when I realized what I was watching. And of course, I was like 8 watching this. And when it was Real World Seattle and Irene had decided to leave the house because she had Lyme disease? They make that up?
And also she says the show edited it to make it look like it was about the Lyme disease and everything. But in other interviews, she was just like, it was way more than that. It was because I just was not doing well in that house, like in general. I didn't feel like I was getting along with anyone. I just wanted to go.
If you haven't seen the scene, she and Steven didn't have a great relationship. Steven was another housemate, house guest. And as she's leaving, she's like, everyone jokes about us being together, but like, we could never be together, Steven. Or we could never be together because you're a homosexual, Steven. And this is 1995, so we're saying homosexual.
I love how she's like, the way I can get him is if I just say he's gay.
Say he's gay. And I mean, she did get, like, he was so not happy. He like had stolen a bear, like a teddy bear of hers, and like went inside as she's leaving, took it out of the closet and like threw it in the ocean. And then it's like, and she's like, okay, whatever, bye. She gets in her cab and is driving away. He runs at the cab, hits the door, being like, oh, you forgot something, opens the door and slaps her on the face. And it's not even a huge, big slap, but like, I had never seen something like that on television, albeit even like, of course, reality TV was so new at that point, but that was just like, the stakes have gotten higher than I ever imagined they could. And it was jaw-dropping.
Especially because it's just like, dude, Steven, you had time to like think, I shouldn't do this.
Yes.
But because you had time, run into the cab, knocking on the cab door and everything. That's a good amount of time to be like, let me rethink
this is a bad idea. And also like, did no one say, hey, what are you doing? What are you running after her for? And like, I remember they had a house vote. They like sat the rest of the house down and showed them the footage of this and had a house vote to see whether or not he stayed. I don't remember what happened. Maybe he got to stay, but had to go to anger management or something. And then when they had like 20-year Real World reunion, he came back with his boyfriend. So I was like, well, Irene,
you better work.
You better work. And the other one that comes to me as like really blowing my mind at the time was the season 9 reunion of Real Housewives of Atlanta. This is the season. Yeah. This is the season where they announced we're having 4 episodes of reunion. I was like, 4 episodes of reunion? No reunion needs to be this long. I cannot believe you guys are dragging this out. Blah, blah, blah. The whole season was centered around Portia Williams, who's still on the show, telling Candy Burruss, who, wrote No Scrubs, that she heard that Candy had a sex dungeon and was trying to like drug her and like pull her into her sex dungeon. This went on all throughout the season. It was the longest storyline all through. And when it came up at the reunion, Portia was like, well, I just was given a cease and desist from Candy's people, so I cannot talk about this, but we should talk to Phaedra about it. And Phaedra's just another cast member who like would kind of sit back and like, the two of them, can't believe they're really having this conversation. And she's like, Phaedra told me you did that. And Phaedra used to be Candy's best friend on that show and in real life. And it was just the most mind-boggling thing. And the thing is, we're now in a culture, in a place post Phaedra having a star turn on her season of Traitors. She's back on Housewives. And it's like, we're also happy Phaedra's back. It's like, who even remembers why she got kicked off? It's like, I remember. We all remember, and we can't remember for too long because it's just like, it's dastardly. And like she has an hour of like Andy pressuring her and pushing her like, did you do this? Will you apologize? Why did you do this? What was the reason? And Phaedra, quieter than a church mouse. It's just like, I don't know why she would say that. I don't know why. And it's like, what? You're not going to come out with it and like profusely apologize on your knees. It's like, you're a sociopath, but you're also so funny in the turret. I don't know how to feel about Phaedra, but that's another moment that I will also never forget.
Sure. If we're talking about Real World, which I mean, just like birth of reality television.
Yes, period.
Real World, I would say the moment of Real World for me that really shook me was those previews for Real World Chicago, when they would show Chris kissing his boyfriend.
Oh.
Truly, I know this, like the tiniest little thing of just like a peck. It was just a peck, but they would show it over and over again. And little Gamey was just like, oh my God. So that's like a personal one.
Right.
Every time
I guess Danny's boyfriend was a blurry face. Because they kissed on camera, I bet. But it's just like, it was just a blurry face.
And that was before I was watching Real World.
Oh, I was watching.
But it's just like being able to like see like 2 attractive men just like having a kiss on your television back then was a big fucking deal.
It's a big deal.
I'm gonna say one of the greatest reality TV shows of all time is Bug Juice.
You always talk about Bug Juice.
Bug Juice, our summer camp, Camp Asiata, season 1. Sarah leaving. was just the biggest, most dramatic thing that has ever happened, in my opinion. I will also say, in terms of like things that aren't just me, like big reality TV show moments that like are huge and I feel like changed like big things.
Yeah,
I can name a lot of Big Brother moments that really blew my mind away. Number one is just when Janelle won that HOH after Jen backstabbed Kaser and got him out, and then Janelle, the power shifted, and Janelle said, "Bye, give me the key, bitch," and said, "Bye, bye, bitches," as she was being carried away. Like that was so thrilling for me. But I think the moment in Big Brother that truly, really impacted network television was the eviction of Aaron. Season 15, Julie Chen calling her out on live television for the racist things she said on the live feeds. And I think it was such a huge moment because it was such a huge scandal, but because you felt such a shift in before and after in network television on like what people who watch network television wanted to see on their reality TV. Like, I think before Aaron, people were like, yeah, let's like show these disgusting, just horrible people and see how they live and watch them go down in flames and blah, 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 blah. But then after 2013, and especially with the Aaron eviction and the booing, I think networks were just like, oh, people don't want to see these disgusting human beings on their screens.
It's like we need villains, but like there's a line. There's a line of like public consumption. Yeah. We don't need to see an active racist being racist for your show to be good.
Because you realize like, oh, we're kind of platforming.
Them.
Yes. I mean, obviously, like another thing is so simple. Richard Hatch winning Survivor. Big just deal. Like it was a huge deal.
Yes.
Sue's speech, like at the end, like totally telling off Kelly, calling her like a rat, and it was huge moments and everything.
As you mentioned in the chat, and it's absolutely right, that a recent one is Salt Lake City when Homeland Security came to Beauty Lab and Laser looking for Jen Shaw because she had been investigated, and like none of the people on the bus knew, so the whole episode was just them in the Sprinter van. And basically Jen had figured out a way to get out of it and was like, oh, I know the police are coming. I'm going to get off this Sprinter van and say that my husband is sick. But the police came. Homeland Security said, we're looking for Jen Shaw. She is being arrested and tried for fraud. And like she had basically stolen a bunch of money from old people, as we know. And that moment, that whole episode just being about them looking up the crimes that she was alleged to have done. I mean, she did her time. She did this. It was riveting. It was like, and I don't feel like every single Housewives season needs to have the law involved. It doesn't need to be a true crime show, but that moment, 10 out of 10.
Oh, sure. Yeah. And David's dead.
Classic. Anything like, New York has done.
It's literally New York is
period.
The
she's
icon.
She's on House of Villains right now.
I know.
I'm like, should I watch that? I don't know.
I might watch it. Like Paul from Big Brother's on it. And I love Paul.
I mean, Sandoval's on it.
I mean, even though I hated Paul Big Brother 19, after Big Brother 19 was over, I was like, wait, but I love him.
Okay, great. Do we have any other? Should we do one more or two more? If this one's short.
This next one's very short.
Okay.
This one's from Brad. It says, what happens after Travis Tracks ends? I know we are nearing the end of Travis Tracks, and this has quickly become one of my favorite segments of the podcast.
I'm so sorry.
Nice. I'm so sorry, Brad. We don't have one today.
I know.
I was wondering if you had any plans for a new addition/segment to replace Travis Tracks. Should Matt Steele create a Broadway playlist for Matt Palmer, or Matt Palmer create a pop playlist for Matt Steele? I can't wait to watch the segment where Travis explains his dislike of Gaga and ballads.
We're sitting
Truly,
down.
When Matt Palmer is outraged, I am outraged.
The only thing we have talked about personally is maybe having Matt Steele make a Broadway playlist for our friend Rory James, who has been a co-host. But again, we've not asked him. So hopefully that happens. I think that would be fun because he's as clueless about, musical theater as Travis was about pop music.
Yeah.
So maybe that would be fun. But we don't have 100% on that. If Rory's like, I don't feel like doing this, then like
it's a lot of work. Travis realized like this is a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. So we'll see if it. But like we know it's coming to an end, and even though it's not like the biggest thing that happens in the 2Gay Mats universe, I feel like there are people out there who really fucking love Travis Tracks.
Yeah.
It's been a great segment for us, so we'd love to have a part 2 one way or another.
Whatever the new segment is, we'll still just call it Travis Tracks. Sorry, Rory.
Yeah, I'm like, what Rory's review?
Rory's review, Rory's records.
Yeah, Rory reprises. The Rory reprise.
I'll just give him nothing but reprises.
Yes.
All right. So next question I have not read yet.
Ooh.
But a person in the chat was like, read this. So if it's inappropriate, I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right. Objectified by my doctor pre-boyfriend. Y'all, it's been a long road, but I'm near 2 months and I think I found the one.
Oh.
He's made me candles, expressed so much emotion for me, wanting to move in by summer and booked a flight for us into Spain. But his phone has my sweaty gym pics. What the hell is going on? We aren't even rushing into sex. I was surprised he picked my racier pics when I had dozens of proper pics, many taken for him to use as my profile picture. Wait.
This is a confusing one.
I know,
So,
he has your sweaty gym pics like in his reel, like in his camera roll.
camera roll. Did you send those pictures to him and he saved them? Did he like?
It looks like, because he says, I'm surprised he picked my racier pics when I had dozens of proper pics. I think it means like as like my picture that pops up.
Oh, when I call. Tell him to change it.
Tell him to change it.
Tell him to change it.
You're
If that's
there
what
now.
you mean.
If he's the one, then be like, hey, I don't want this picture of me to pop up when you're hanging out with your sister.
Right, exactly. It feels like that would be inappropriate. And also, if somehow these are pictures you haven't seen, like maybe he's stalking you at the gym. And
That's what I was thinking at
That's
first.
what I
was
heard.
like, he somehow has pictures of me at the gym, but he doesn't go to that gym.
If that's what happened, dump him.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know,
I hope that's not the case.
I hope that's not the case. I hope it's just you've sent him these pictures and that's the one that pops up and you're not happy about it. But I'm so glad that you met someone who's so wonderful and treating you so wonderfully.
Yeah.
I hope he continues to, and I hope he didn't take pictures of you at the gym without your consent.
Without your consent. But
Yes.
it's nice that he like looks at these pictures and he's like, "Ooh, baby, I'm saving that."
Absolutely.
He's just like, "Hey, so you're doing something right, girl. Good for you.
You're doing great.
Yeah. So I just tell him.
Yes.
Be like, hey, I have this nice picture.
Yeah, use this. Should we go on to Give Me Moments?
I guess we're going to give me moments.
Yes.
I can't say I have like a super specific one.
Okay, mine won't be too long, but it'll be about the movie that I watched today.
All right. This is where we talk about the content that we consumed this week, or in this case, the last 2 weeks. That
Yes.
has really been giving us moments. Matt Palmer, do you want to talk about it?
Sure. I mean, I guess it's over the last 2 weeks, I can talk about two. The first one is when we were in Mammoth, we watched a movie that has just recently gotten a sequel, and I believe they started filming it already. I watched Practical Magic for the first time. It's adorable. It's cute. It's fun. The two of them are just incredible.
I've never seen Practical
Oh,
Magic.
it's the thing is, it's very 90s in that it's kind of being played as like, it's light and frothy. And like, ooh, there's kind of this guy who's an abuser, but like, don't worry, we kill him a bunch of times.
Great.
And like, a lot of it is, it just feels very 90s. It was just good to see them in their element and like kind of revisit that time.
And very in their element, because doesn't Nicole Kidman have red hair in this movie?
I think she does.
It's the rare occurrence where you see Nicole Kidman's real hair.
Yes, no, and she looks, they both look incredible and still look incredible, but like Nicole looks like a baby. Like, I'm not sure how old she was then, but like, oh my God, she looks like a child. And like now she's clearly, our AMC queen. Like she just looks like so regal and like adult. And like there she's just, it's the babiest looking person I've ever seen. But yes, I would recommend Practical Magic if you haven't seen it. And this is a person who, I wound up seeing what's Hocus Pocus as an adult and couldn't recommend it, unfortunately. So this is
devastating.
if
you
you
need to rewatch. That'll be my Travis tracks to you. Matt Palmer just
seen-
watches
I
5
saw
minutes of Hocus Pocus
every
again.
week. I mean, I saw it just too recently. I feel like people grew up with it and they really love it. Practical Magic holds up. It's not a perfect film, obviously, but it's fun and, a little bit of romance thrown in and like witchiness is always fun. It feels very autumnal, so I could recommend that absolutely. But as for the Oscar-nominated film, which I guess the film technically wasn't nominated, but whatever, an actress in it was nominated. We made sure to watch it during the day because, me and Jackson are both scaredy cats. Weapons. Okay, I did like it.
Okay.
It was a very original story. I assume it's been out forever. So if you haven't seen it and you want to skip over this moment, feel free to jump. But there will be some spoilers probably. This is a movie about Julia Garner, who is an elementary school teacher, and overnight, 17 of the 18 kids in her class go missing. And this movie is basically showing what happened and giving you a little bit more and more of the story, but from different perspectives as it goes through the film. I've never seen so many people fly like an eagle towards a singular spot. It was an interesting and unique and very original screenplay and story. There were moments of the gore. And, I watched The Substance and I was okay with it. There were some moments where it's like, do I need to see this man's brain? Like, I get he got hit by a car, but like, absolutely not. Or like, do I need to see you like using a peeler to peel off this cop man's skin? Like, there's parts that I'm just like, this feels too gory for me. But I was very invested in the story because like Julia Garner is a problematic character, but like, in your heart of hearts, or I knew in my heart of hearts, she didn't do this. And like so many parents in the town are like, this isn't a coincidence that all of these kids disappeared and they were from your classroom. And so
because there was like a coldness to her as
Yes.
like a teacher.
Yes.
Yeah, even though she like was like affectionate with like kids and everything,
Yeah.
like her as an actress, there's sort of like a coolness
Right.
to her, which I think makes her an interesting casting for this role.
For sure. And like she had, some issues with alcohol that came up, and she had been fired from her previous job, and she like had been given a talking to about hugging a child. It's like, that's inappropriate. You shouldn't be giving kids rides home and stuff. So she wasn't like a perfect teacher, a perfect person. But Josh Brolin at the beginning is just so vehemently sure that it's her and like what she did, and like to see what happens with their relationship. They come together and they do what they can do. It was good. It was gripping. There were moments that were too gory for me. Amy Madigan's incredible.
Like
Amy Madigan is incredible. Like the way that she can flip, because she is, we'll just call her Gladys. She's Gladys, and Gladys in public and like forward facing, talking to people out in the world. It's so bubbly and up and
so weird.
So weird, but so like she reads as harmless and just like harmless and kooky and like, But then the moment she's in that house with those parents and that poor little boy,
I know.
Alex went through it. Like from frame one to the last thing you see, you're like, Alex's life is ruined. I'm like, that poor kid.
I
know. And the thing is, me, I love like a happy ending. So the ending of it was like happy-ish because it was just wild. And it was also like a little cathartic because like, Amy Madigan's just such a horrible bitch. And like, you find out what happens to her. But then in the final narration, I kind of like, in my dream world, I want it to be like, let's wrap it up with a bow. Everyone's back to their normal selves and feeling great and feeling good. And like, we're all back and, whatever's gone is gone. And they're like, some of the kids are talking now. I was like, what?
No one's going to be the same.
No one's going to be the same.
Yeah.
And I guess that's more what life is like. Trauma sticks with you. And
that's what life is like sometimes when after you're done with the whole magic spells and the break and the sticks and everything, you just takes you a while to start talking again.
It does take a while to start talking again. So I would recommend it. I do think there are just moments where for me, I was like, girl, I watched The Pit. But this, I can't. I'm like, also, of course, the fucking gay couple. That poor queen who was in the...
I know, letting Amy Madigan in, being like, let her in.
And when I was watching that, I was like, I'd have been hammered. Like, no, you can't come in, babe. You cannot come in.
Oh, it's so you and Jackson coded. You would be like, what? No, babe. She can stay outside.
Is there something you need? Someone I can call?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Clunk. So yes, it was good, but it was tough.
Yeah, Amy Madigan, I will say like I watch as like time, like at first when I first saw the movie, I was like, oh, she's fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
Like, iconic imagery, everything. This performance is great. But then like as time has gone on and I've seen, clips online being shared over and over and over again, you just watch every single second of her performance and you're like, fuck. Like every second is filled with the most interesting choice an actor could possibly make. Just every single line delivery is just so unexpected and surprising. And she has, I believe, the shortest amount of screen time of any of the supporting actress nominees. Okay. And percentage wise in her movie and everything, but she wrings every ounce of what you can wring out of a character in those like 13 minutes or whatever she has. Like, it's the most interesting choices you'll ever see an actor make is in Amy Madigan's performance. It's just every line delivery. You're just like, that was a weird way of saying that. Like, and just like chilling and funny and weird. And it was
excellent.
Yeah.
It was excellent. Yeah. So wait, Matt Steele, do you have a giving me moment or like a general of the past couple of weeks?
It is a general bit of a wash.
Oh,
a wash of pretty watercolors and everything.
Okay.
But guys, I'm fucking back.
Yes!
I don't know how to describe it's so interesting because I tell everyone, they're just like, is it interesting being back? And I'm like, it's so interesting because in 2012 when I first moved here and I had been out here for a year, I was very much just like, oh, it felt like a year didn't even pass because in LA, the seasons are they don't really exist.
Yeah, they're thin.
They're thin. And so you don't feel the cyclical change of like a year go by. Yeah. So a year feels like 3 months.
Right.
It's been since 2012 that I've been living in, New York or New Jersey for that extended period of time that I've gone through seasons. And so those 5 months in New York, they were wonderful and I loved them and I loved being back in New York. It was so great, especially for that opportunity and everything. But like when I was near the end, I was just like, I was still like having a good time and everything, but I was like, I feel like I've lived a life. Like I went from end of summer through all of fall, through most of winter. And like had forgotten how you truly feel. I was only there for like a little less than half a year. You truly felt it go by. It's like I feel like a completely different person, even though it's just me.
It's just you.
Like I truly felt like I've lived. And so when I got back, I was just like, oh yes, here I am. Everything's where it should be. I think the only thing that changed in my neighborhood was, my boba place that closed down is now a new like coffee place.
Okay.
So we're still working through that. But also there's like a new Thai restaurant. And I'm like, that's the only thing that's changed. I went back to the restaurants and like in my neighborhood and same workers still there. And they're like, hey, how have you been? And
that's
like,
nice.
Just eating like the food that I haven't had in 5.5 months. It's just like so wonderful. Even though I will miss New York food, let me tell you, because it's great being there and the food there is
for sure.
Just you can't beat it. But like my neighborhood, I love the food in my neighborhood,
of course,
and just like it felt so comforting to have it back, being back in my room. Even though my subletter, who was staying there, some of his stuff is still there because he's in Italy for a couple weeks and he's coming back like Tuesday or Wednesday to come pick up his stuff and everything. So I'm still unpacking. So it's not fully all together yet, but like it's nice being back. Just going through this podcast and not having a delay. I'm just like, God, me and Matt Palmer are so fucking good at this.
It's so funny to me because like, yes, it was annoying. Matt Steele hated it being apart, like hated the like recording process of us being apart. And I'm like, well, we're gonna make it work. It's still gonna look good. It's still gonna sound good, and it did from the front. But like, it's just so much more work, guys. It's just so much more. yeah. And honestly, and there was another thing that happened in New York that was just another very good opportunity, like that happened near the end, that I can't really talk about now because it's a secret. Wait, do I know it?
I don't think so.
Well, let's talk about it.
Whatever. And so, just like. Where I felt really good and really talented.
There you go.
Nice feeling. So, I'm happy to be back sitting here squawking about the most random shits.
Welcome back, baby.
Yeah.
We're so happy to have you. LA's missed you, and now you're back where you should be.
Watch after 5 months, I'm going to be like, I miss New York.
I mean, you never know, but Taylor said it's waiting for you, so it's okay.
True. She doesn't lie.
She doesn't. She really doesn't. Well, guys, thank you so much for listening to and/or watching the podcast this week. We'll be back next week with more 2 Gay Mats, the podcast.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.